Hello and welcome to this episode of Ian Does Dip coming to you from Connecticut. We're going to be doing a taste test between Heinz tomato ketchup and Hunt's tomato ketchup. And to do this, we're going to be dipping kettle chips into it. My mom told me that French fries are the only thing you can dip into ketchup, but I believe kettle chips will also work. So here, the first thing I noticed right away as I was pouring the two ketchups is that their consistencies are very different. You see, Heinz has more of a pasty sort of consistency, and Hunt's is more of a liquidy consistency. I was originally going to try and fool myself by spinning the plate around, but I would have noticed the difference immediately. So here I'm going to take my first bite of the Heinz ketchup, and what I noticed was the kettle chips did work. And they blended really well. I had these salt and pepper kettle chips, and they blended really well with the ketchup flavor. What I noticed was the Heinz ketchup was very sweet and tangy, and honestly, you would probably not be able to guess that it came from tomatoes based on the flavor. Um, so I was curious to see if that would be the case for Hunt's as well. And when I tasted the Hunt's, I noticed that it was a lot less sweet and a lot less tangy. There was almost a savory element to the Hunt's that was missing from the Heinz. It was also pretty clear that the Hunt's came from tomatoes. I felt like there was a very strong tomato after flavor. Now the thing about ketchup is when I think about what I want out of a ketchup, I think what I want out of a ketchup is the Heinz. That sweet, tangy sort of goes with everything. The problem with having a savory flavored ketchup is that usually you're already dipping savory things into the ketchup. So just adding savory onto it doesn't really add a whole lot to the dish. Whereas the sweetness adds a new thing. I feel like in order to counterbalance the Hunts, you would have to dip something sweet into it, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You don't usually dip sweet things into ketchup. So I ended up giving the Hunts a 70, and I gave the Heinz a 90. I would have given Heinz a little bit more, but you can't really be blown away by Heinz tomato ketchup, so wasn't blown away by it. I had to give it a 90. Um, and Here you'll see me almost start to write something, but then I realized that this video was probably long enough, and I decided to say farewell. So thank you so much for watching, and have a very great day.